Peace, peace, YouTube. Peace, peace. Peace. What's going on? Rocking in with the latest and greatest. If you're here, thank you. You could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. It's like, no, but I'm gonna wait for a few of y'all to come in here. So, Young Pharaoh, is he crazy or is he, brilliant? They say brilliance is, neck and neck with insanity. So, I feel like this is something that's good to talk about. We can dive in this. It's trending, it's controversial, and y'all know how I am. I'm all about trending and controversial topics. So I feel as though this is something prudent that we can talk about, but more so, instead of me just running my mouth, I kind of want to hear y'all thoughts. I see a lot of the comments, and people can only say or type so much. So I kind of want to hear y'all thoughts on the subject matter as far as Young Pharaoh. We can talk on it as long as you try to keep your cursing down to a minimum. This monetization stuff is real. But yeah, I just want to hear if anybody have your thoughts, and basically I'll piggyback off it. So the number is in the description box. You can call up, and we can talk on it. I have my opinions on the subject. To be honest with y'all, I'm kind of like, I'm not 50-50. I'm kind of like 60-40, maybe 65-35, maybe even 70-30 on the whole that's the whole matter on who's right and wrong versus Golden Beauty and Young Pharaoh. From one perspective, because I'm a man, I'm a father, I understand Young Pharaoh, and I think a lot of dudes, shoot, I even see in the comment section that dudes even understand where he coming from, where as far as like seeing the kids, seeing his children and all that stuff. But then on the other hand too, you can understand where Golden Beauty is coming from too. He got random strangers over his house. He making all these random crazy videos, and although it may be for entertainment, as he said, you can't really take that for face value. So, and she alleged that he's abusive and all that stuff. So you kind of, if you're gonna go by those terms, then you can understand where she coming from too. Like basically unpredictable. And I mentioned this several times. As far as him showing signs of mental illness, I said this a couple times on previous videos that I did actual reviews on when I did commentary, not just posting his videos, but I spoke on actually my last live videos. If y'all can go check them out, make sure y'all like and subscribe too if you haven't already. But I've spoken on how he's showing signs of mental illness, and how it's real familiar with the signs of one of my brothers who showed those same signs. So And we just on the internet. I'm a dude on the internet. Y'all people on the internet too. So we looking from afar, and a lot of us saying that he might be going crazy, going mental ill, whatever you want to call it. So if we can see all that, mind you, she know this man. She know him for years. She been intimate with this guy. Shoot, as he would put it, just up until like a week ago or something. So if she know that guy better than we know, then clearly she sees stuff that we don't see. And if she believed that, kind of just like my brother, I said the same thing. So if she believed that he's not to be trusted running kids by himself, then you kind of gotta like take her word for it or whatever. So it's kind of like a catch-22. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. Shoot, I hate to say this, but probably the only way they can resolve this is through the family court systems. And personally, I hate the family court systems. I hate it with a man. I hate it. Shoot, but sometimes sometimes it might be necessary because it provides that medium. Whereas though, where the two parents can't come to an agreement on stuff that they can do it now. The the downsides to it is that, I mean, let's be real. Family court is not really for us as far as men. It is historically it's been it's created to benefit women, and those same rules, laws and stuff, although they say it changed on the surface, that they still apply till this day unwrittenly. So you know if like this ain't nothing I even gotta explain or even go like in deep depths and like, because if you're a male, and shoot, even if you're a female, too, like, because if a female was watching this and being honest with herself, she would know that the family court system benefits the female more than the male. That's why a lot of females go to family court, try to get child support and all that stuff, custody, because more than likely the courts is going to favor them than they do the male. It's sad, but it's true. But oftentimes it serves a purpose too. When two parents can't come to an agreement or whatever, they can go there. And in this case, because Young Pharaoh is sort of the breadwinner, like he got the money, he can afford the better quality lawyers and all that stuff per se, then it might actually work out not in his favor, because they like it really don't matter if you got money or not. Like, family criticism joke, but because he got bread, it'll work out in his favor. Whereas though, instead of him being uh fucked, he'll be it'll just be like kind of like 50-50 or whatever, 60-40, maybe in his favor, 60-40. So yeah, personally it might play out, or they can go see like a damn therapist, a pastor, somebody like who got like notoriety, someone who know about these type of things, but someone who's not going to be biased too. I recommend it be somebody that neither one of them know, and someone that doesn't know about Young Pharaoh celebrity status, or even Golden Beauties, little mediocre celebrity status, whatever, because that way they can truly get help, because it, like I said, it won't be like no type of no real bias. But I don't know, that's my opinion, but I keep running my mouth like I keep saying, and this show is not for me, it's for y'all. So the number is in the description box. Y'all can always call in, and I want to hear y'all thoughts. I want to hear y'all if y'all think he's genius or y'all think that he's going crazy because like he just said. Now I don't know if this was basically like a PR stunt, something to or a something to cover up. But he just said in the car driving home from the airport, or more so driving to Golden Beauty School to go check out Steve, the married man. He was saying that all this stuff is entertainment, and that's kind of basically why he recording himself every single day. If y'all notice, he always recording himself. That gives me content. That's why I'm always uploading stuff on him. Like I really don't mind. It gives me content to upload, but uh, he always recording himself, and he just recently stated why. He's saying that now because he feels though everybody trying to lie on him and everything, and degrade his character more so Golden Beauty and Camille, his other baby mom, and like Ace Hero, like certain other people, whatever the case may be, haters. He's saying that now he gonna be filming his life from now on, and his whole life is gonna be documented. So that way he can be able to expose the truth and expose the lies and all that stuff because everything is going to be recorded. So this is something that he's saying all the time now. So like I was saying, is all that stuff, do y'all think is this a brilliant move, or do you think that like do you think it's smart play, or do you think it can backfire on them? Because it can go either way. Now, as far as him, like I said before, as far as him making them threats and all that stuff, like that's some serious stuff. I wonder how can you get out of stuff like I never been in a situation like that. As far as like recording myself like now, like I've been in trouble. I've been locked up and sent to jail and all that stuff for some dumb stuff. But that's because I'm a boxer and got into some stuff in the street. But um they said that I made like terroristic threats when I didn't, and I strangled someone apparently when supposedly when I didn't, or whatever. But this dude talking about he gonna blow somebody's face off, and I got 5,000 on your head, like basically like kill for hire, all that stuff, and that's way worse than the situation I've been in. And they try to put my bill at first. They try to put it at $500,000. Like what? I ain't never been arrested before a day in my life. And you try to put a bill at $500,000? Like that's crazy. Because I'm a black man and because I'm a professional fighter, it's crazy. I mean, we got it lowered, but it was just a simple fact that that's what the judge threw at me first. So, and I'm just a regular Joe. So, can you imagine someone like him being a celebrity, a YouTube celebrity, social media celebrity, whatever you want to call it? Him having money and all that stuff, and that if he did get arrested and they start doing their due diligence and looking into him, they're gonna find out that he got money and stuff. They're gonna try to up the price on him because they're gonna feel like if they give him like any particular number, because remember all you gotta pay is 10%. Like the 500,000, that sound big, but you only gotta pay 10%. So shoot, even if let's say his bill was $500,000, he got the bread to pay $500,000 in full. So I'm saying all this to say that if y'all ever notice when it comes to celebrities, especially black celebrities, like the bell be like extremely, extremely high because they be trying to make an example out of you. So I'm wondering, you think that they would probably do something like that with him? Uh, uh, I'm not sure because they're going to try to make an example. But the simple fact that he can say all that stuff and not get arrested anyway, it still baffles me. Now, that's not to say that something may not come about it because it only just happened like a few days ago, a week ago, or whatever. Even if we say like a month or so ago, remember like these things take time, investigations and stuff. Like they be trying to build a case, and because a lot of people feel as though he's making a fool of himself and he's incriminating himself online, which I agree too. I mean, don't you feel like a law official probably feel the same way, even if not all of them, like some of them? So basically, I say that to say they probably building a case on this dude. They watching just like we watching. You know, they shoot they screen recording just like I'm screen recording, and they you can damn sure know they taking all the notes down and they making sure they got everything so they can um you know make sure they got everything so they can have a strong case. So when they lock them, because shoot, I think that's the like when it comes to things like that, this sort of I don't know if it's fair or not. Like don't get me lying. Like I don't know, but when it comes to things like that, I do know that they try to build a strong case on you. So they basically just let you hang yourself. You know, if it's drug related, they just watch you and see how much drugs you selling, where the stash at, where all the money and all that stuff at, who's all the players, you know, who's the top dog, the pawn, all that stuff. Same thing going on with this too. You know, they just watching, they looking from afar. Mind you, the cops and everything is always already showing up to his house. He keep making videos every day. The cops is showing up basically damn near every day to his crib. So they watching. You know, they looking at all his social. Well, mind you, like people always incriminate themselves through social media. And if you look at the stats, if you look at the crime stats and the um the stats on cases being solved and everything, y'all see that a lot of times that a lot of these prosecutors and investigators and all this stuff, the law enforcement, they get a lot of their key evidence from social media. You know, because people love to put their business on social media. So, being as though that's sad, they watching Young Pharaoh. They looking and they built in a strong case. Golden Beauty already said days ago that she was gonna go to the authorities and file a police report and all that stuff. Considering all that stuff is happening, considering their recent phone conversation and all that stuff, and him calling her the B word and all that stuff, I'm willing to. And plus, if y'all notice, his Instagram, I am banking LLC, is gone now. You know, he was uploading videos the whole time he was in Miami and everything because I Am Nation is down, Young Pharaoh page is down. So I Am Bacon was like one of his only main pages he had on Instagram that was still monetized, and that just went down yesterday. So, and he said that Golden Beauty is keep flagging his channel. She the one who flagging all his channels, getting them down. So she doing all this. You better believe she went to the cops. She went to the authorities. You know, she doing her part to, you know, get him arrested or whatever. You know, so but what do y'all think though? Let me know. I say y'all just got me talking. It's the live call-in show. This for y'all. I want y'all to call in and get y'all thoughts. Like, do y'all think? I say y'all think he crazy? Y'all think it's a mental breakdown? Or do y'all think that this is all orchestrated? This is orchestrated chaos. To for something to come about real good. Drama sells, controversy sells. A lot of us know that. A lot of us, not me per se, but a lot of people realize that drama, controversy, sex, even religion, to some extent, it sells. It gets you followers. It gets you views. So a lot of these people go to these type of niches, and settle in on them and gain an audience. So do y'all think that this is one that Young Pharaoh is doing now? So hold on.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2. To accept, press 1. Okay. I sent the caller's voicemail. Goodbye.
So what, they hung up? You hung up? If you just tried to call back. I just pressed 1. I just tried to answer.
Well, I was calling about Young Pharaoh because I've been following him since about 2013 or so. Shit.
Call back. I answered the phone, and I don't know what happened. Like, these things happen. It's technology. Uh, Shit happens. I don't understand how people get so upset over small little petty things.
Call from.
Delaney Pearl Jones.
To accept, press 1.
Hello.
Hello. Well, hi.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
What's on your mind?
Yeah, I've been chit-chatting with little Mr. Young Pharaoh since about 2014-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching his progression and his digression at the same time.
Right.
Told him a long time ago, I said, as you're getting this knowledge, you need to heal from the bad shit that happened to you as a little boy, because you was hurt real bad, little man. Bad.
Right.
Yeah, and that's one thing I was lucky enough to get was therapy. I was able to get some therapy starting like 11 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're able to do that as you grow into an adult, boy, if people don't get the therapy from when they was hurt from when they was little, man. Maury Travis. You know who Maury Travis is?
No. Who was that?
He's a serial killer out of Ohio.
Okay.
Look him up. Maury Travis. His birthday is coming up in October. He killed a bunch of prostitutes in his basement at his mama's house. And all the dead hoes are still stuck there.
Really?
Yeah, he killed himself. Yeah, he got arrested and he killed himself. And they could jump out of his body, he jumped in the toilet into the water. You know? Yeah. Talking about spirits and all that. But yeah, I told that boy years ago, man, his music was good at first. But then it started getting lower vibration, you know, and more narcissistic, like back to the violence, you know. He didn't heal from what happened to him. Then he kept doing the fighting thing. That really didn't help him vent what was done to him by the dysfunctional black female in his life.
Well, I was just talking about therapy. I think a lot of us, especially a lot of us black people, we don't like people. We don't like people being in our heads, and like, and that's not an excuse, but like, from when I talk about therapy a lot to people, because that's one of my recent things that I've been doing like the past year or so, talking about therapy to just like personal conversations, and all I hear is a lot of excuses, and people are like, well, I don't like people in my head, like when I try to get down to the nitty gritty on why, like when I try to get to a definitive answer, I'm always hearing, well, I don't like people in my business, or I don't like people trying to get in my head or trying to change me.
Right, we've been really indoctrinated and programmed to not look inside of ourselves. We've been so indoctrinated and programmed to look outside and to grab for outside, grab it, kill it, hit it, break it.
Right.
Am I wrong?
No, right, you're right.
And it's sad. And guess who did this shit, guys?
Right.
The motherfuckers ain't even white. These things ain't even human that have been running the U.S. government and the world government and this goddamn scientist shit. Okay? The Tuskegee experiments. Guess who them motherfuckers were? They were the goddamn Nazi guys from from Germany after the war. Okay? There was just way more than the Tuskegee experiments, okay? Now,
I mean,
and
it's like...
Look. A lot of the shit that Pharaoh's been on has been so true and right and so fucking concrete, slapped you in the face, kicking your ass up and down the road. Right. But I told him, you must heal from your trauma as you gain this knowledge. Now he's become a narcissistic nutfuck, like Hitler.
But do you think that it's because of the money? Do you think it's because of the relocation?
All of it. It's all of it. So once you get money and you're fucking damaged, you really fuck up. Okay? If you don't heal from damage and you get a lot of money, you cause more damage. Guess what happened? Guess what happened to me? My fucking poor husband found out his whole life was a fucking lie after his mom died.
Yeah,
he found out so much stuff. Dear black women of America and planet Earth, take off those goddamn fake-ass wigs. They're possessed with spirits. Snatch off the motherfucking eyelashes. Take off that face paint. Sit your ass down. And ask for some fucking sanity.
Right.
And you know what? You can start writing up charges to the U.S. government for destroying your fucking minds. And thank Nicki Minaj and all of them, because they need an ass whooping too. Because they're the influencers. They're the ones working for the goddamn evil sons of bitches. Vampires is what I call them.
I mean, I think a lot of us know all that stuff is true, but when you start going into those type of topics, especially when you talk about females and that, like, you get the backlash, and you get, well, the guys that like Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallions and Cardi B's,
But guess what?
they're no different
This
than the
is fucked
guys.
up. I've been watching what's going on in this past few weeks of the new school year. Do you know how many fucking stabbings have happened? Fuck with me, I would cut you, bitch. That's Nicki Minaj's shit. She put that fucking spirit out there. Everyone's cutting each other. It's not okay. Getting stabbed and shit. Nikki, bring your ass to the fucking crossroads, because I got a verb stick to ram down your fucking throat, you slick-tongued bitch. And I hope she hears this shit. I've been fucking talking to Killer Priest, Wu-Tang Clan, all these motherfuckers for years, okay? I've been on Facebook for a long fucking time, okay? You can look me up, Delaney Pearl Jones, OG D Black Pearly Gate. I am here to destroy this fear and guilt control matrix, okay? All this shit, motherfucker. You think these niggas is, look at what's happening to the fucking conscious community. Sinetta and all them, what's happening?
Right.
Tommy Sotomayor, everybody, all these fucking men are literally losing their fucking minds. You know why? Because they've completely denied the absolute authority of the divine feminine. Okay.
So
but they've been damaged.
Hold on, wait. I ain't gonna let you just go over that. What do you mean by elaborate on divine feminine?
The world right now. Okay. All this shit's out of fucking balance. Okay.
So what do you mean by divine feminine? Explain.
The spirit of the love, caring, wisdom, understanding, gentleness, tenderness, concern, those types of emotions and actions are feminine in the spirit. You know what I'm saying?
So do you think that men should be feminine?
No, not necessarily. They need to understand what nurturing and compassion is. They need to learn how to have more stability of the mind and their emotions. Okay? The women, the divine feminine, has been really knocked out of fucking whack. Okay? The whole universe has been out of fucking balance for a long time. And a whole bunch of us, look, that poor boy Young Pharaoh was born for a reason, okay? He just needs somebody to grab him and hug him and shake his mind back right. That's what he really needs, okay? All these little pretty faced hoes he keeps fucking with have been damaged too. They need to heal themselves, okay? So, I mean, you can't take one fucked up motherfucker and go fuck with another fucked up motherfucker, but you can try to find somebody that has at least started to heal, you know, somebody who has some kind of knowledge on how to regain sanity and how to have logic over emotions. Right. You gotta stay low, goddammit. LOE, logic over emotions. Young Pharaoh is on the wall. He is being overcome by waves of emotions, okay?
I agree.
He tripping. He
I
really
agree.
needs somebody to suck the sadness out of him.
So
he ain't had his dick sucked properly, to be honest with you.
so you're funny. So do you think it is real, or do you think that it's all fake? Like, do you think that he doing this for views, for likes, for clout, or do you think that?
No, this is not for views. He's basically doing what an AA would be a step 5.
Mm-hmm. No, that
he's pouring it all out there. What's happening is people care about him, is actually sending healing and love and sanity back to this boy. When what has to happen is that he needs to shut down and stop moving around so much, for one, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then he needs to find some, he's not going to find any true righteous judges in the near future. Not until Donald Trump gets back in the office. But because these judges are selling these kids and shit in the foster care system.
That ain't never gonna happen, but okay.
What you talking about?
Donald Trump ain't gonna get back in office, but I'm not even gonna go down that route. But all right.
Okay, then you know what, goddamn, let me tell you something. I've been trying to run for president since 2014, as a matter of fact. I have videos of this shit. I've been telling motherfucking Scott Walker, President Obama, I went for years telling motherfucking Obama on laws and shit that needs to be changed. And guess what? That nigga ignored my black ass, but guess what happened?
Good.
All the shit that happened when Donald Trump got in the office and shit changed and shit really did get better for my black ass. I ain't gonna lie. I live in Janesville, Wisconsin, bro. They call this partial Clanville. No, it's not.
See, now I don't know how long you've been watching my channel, but like personally, I fucks with Donald Trump. Like I ain't got nothing against him, but you know, the status quo is, you know, either
guess what the status quo, guess what the people of the status quo do? Guess what the status quo is?
Go ahead.
It's nothing substantial. It's not a substantial record of thousands of people literally saying, hey, this thing ain't shit. Okay, there's a fucking stupid saying to brainwash motherfuckers into believing some bullshit. Okay?
Yeah, I mean,
motherfuckers, all this slick talking bullshit needs to quit, okay? Guess what? You know what the word allegedly means? Okay, I watched the video of a man shooting another man.
Mm-hmm.
And the title said, allegedly shooting another man. If you look at the fucking dictionary definition right now, it says, what does it say? I need you to look this up and tell the fucking world, because the world is fucking illiterate, okay? Nobody knows how to fucking talk. Nobody knows how to fucking speak. And nobody understands what the fuck anybody's really saying.
Right.
All these third grade rappers out here, dear crack baby rapper boys, gonna choke your chains around your necks. Guess what? We're gonna have some gallows, some parties at the gallows. Gonna use your chains to make nooses, niggas, because you crack baby motherfuckers is doing nothing, but you are weapons. You are weapons of self-inflicted genocide.
All right.
You push fucking curses, and you put the spirit of murder out there. And guess what? Every fucking contract, guess what's on the second page? It's called a life insurance policy.
Right.
Every fucking contract is a life insurance policy on the second page. How many niggas have died in the past 2 years? New rappers, how many? How many, goddammit? A couple thousand.
Yeah. Actually, I said that too. A lot of them, like the new boy that they constantly keep making songs on every day, like Pop Smoke. It's like every other week he got a new song out, and I'm or King Von, and it's like I don't know, it's crazy. All these dudes just been dying.
What these fuckers are saying is the most horrible shit, and it needs to stop. Okay?
Yeah,
These
well,
guys are weapons
you don't
of
got
self-inflicted genocide.
They're not gonna allow a Common or a Nas or like even like Wu-Tang and all of that, or Mos Def. Like those dudes not gonna get played anymore. Like the closest you're gonna get nowadays is maybe a J. Cole or maybe even like sometimes Kendrick Lamar. But
right,
you're not gonna get
right.
you're not gonna get you know, you're not going to get a conscious rapper anymore. Like they want us to self-destruct. And
Right.
I talk about that.
These boys are programmed to do that. And guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Look, you and me and us fucking YouTubers. I used to be a YouTuber. They took my fucking channel, dog. Do you know I had like 4,000 videos? I had spaceships and aliens and ghosts and shit. Guess what the fuck? I got over 17, maybe 20,000 views on my video on Facebook of Tupac motherfucking Shakur flying in my motherfucking hallway, okay? I got a fairy in my fucking hallway named Michael fucking Jackson. All these videos are on my Facebook page, Delaney Pearl Jones, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The fucking, all the shit was on YouTube too, but I guess what? I'm smart. I know how to back and triple time my shit. So, all my shit's on fucking Facebook and Instagram. I'm D Pearly Gate on Instagram. But fucking Facebook, the fucking YouTube CIA government took my goddamn YouTube channel. Yeah, they took me out of YouTube channel, sons of bitches. They had all kinds of spaceships and shit and fucking aliens and shit. Fuck yeah, man. Oh, fuckers, they took all my shit. I kind of encouraged it. Because I tell them, I said, debunk my shit, please. Please analyze my shit and debunk what the fuck I got going on. And they went ahead and took me. They just took it.
Well, yeah, you gotta a word to the wise. You gotta tread lightly on here. Like I've only been as a content creator anyway. I've been on YouTube for years watching videos, but as far as making videos, I've only been making videos on here for about a year now, and I since you're a content creator too, then you know as far as the community guideline strike. Once you get 3 of them, you out of here. And
yeah,
before I got monetized, I had 2 of them at a time, so I was right on my way of getting my 3rd strike and getting out of here. So that was because of the content I was putting up, and a lot of stuff that you're talking about. That was a lot of stuff that I was putting up in the beginning of my YouTube career. That's why I kind of had to turn the pages a little bit. Although I do touch on it still, it's just that the way I do it, I kind of sugarcoat it a little bit if that makes sense. Because you gotta, they watching. So that's my.
Look what happened. Look. Okay, the boy has been seriously infiltrated. We're going back to Young Pharaoh because this is the topic of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, folks, we got ADD around here. But the poor boy, I kept telling him, you've got to start seeking therapy and healing from all the shit that you've been through as a kid. Okay, because that poor boy, he's been through some shit. Okay, and he never got therapy for any of that. If you seek therapy, people, don't be afraid. Dear black folk, dear young black people, if you have been raised in a very good home, and you listen, this is a message to the people talking. If you've been raised in a good home and you've been able to go to college and you think you can help people, you want to study the mind, go for psychology and all that. Go into that. Help us regain our sanity, because the government and the world and the entities have stolen it. They've stolen our sanity and they've broken our minds. They knew how powerful our minds were. That's why they destroyed it. We are regaining it. The Willie Lynch syndrome is breaking. The spell is being broken, okay? The curses are being broken, okay?
I agree with you a little bit on that. I do.
Yeah, you young folks, go ahead and pursue that education for counseling and all that, because a lot of people who are poor need it. The poor folks, the poor black folks, is the most damaged. A lot of rich black folks do not get damaged. I know a lot of good rich black folks that was raised good and that have become therapists and teachers and all that.
No.
Why, y'all? But we need more.
No,
okay?
Well, that part I gotta disagree with you. Even the people with money, they damage too. They can mask it because they got money. And
You're right. I apologize. I reiterate.
no, you ain't gotta apologize. It's just
because I'm post too, nigga. I quit. Actually, I got kicked out of school because I kept getting bullied and stabbed a motherfucker. Kept getting bullied by black people because I was half white. So I had to stab a bitch. And they said, why did you stab her? I said, I warned you motherfuckers for a year and a half. The bitch keep fucking with me, she gonna get cut. One day somebody's gonna get cut. Warning y'all, stop bullying people.
Okay.
Bitch got cut. So that's how that went down. So I went ahead and educated my goddamn self, okay? Fuck a goddamn teacher. You ain't no cracker telling you or some other black folks or whatever the fuck color they is telling you some shit. Look that shit up yourself. Read it your goddamn
All right,
self.
so let me ask you, when you got the therapy, did you talk to them about the stabbing? No. No.
Well, yeah, that happened. I was in therapy during that time. I was telling my therapist I was getting bullied at school. Everybody knew what was, the therapist, everybody knew what was coming. But they didn't believe me, okay? They didn't believe the nerdy girl with the braces and the glasses. No, don't believe the stupid little Miss girl. She knows the fuck she's talking about. Don't believe her. No.
Well, you sound a little older, around my age, or maybe a little older, so.
Yeah, nigga, I'm 45.
Yeah, so that was back then. I think nowadays, they know.
It's even worse.
No. I don't think it's worse now. I think nowadays, I think it's worse as far as the ignorance and the bullying and all that stuff. But yeah. I don't think they got their picks no more. Like they gonna pick on the nerd. They're gonna pick on the cool kid, the cool girl, whatever it is. Like people just ignorance, and that's something I be trying to tell my daughter too. Go ahead.
It's crazy. You know, I mean. I don't know if you motherfuckers understand what's really going on. It's more like some supernatural shit. You ever watch the show Supernatural? It's demons and motherfucking innocent people and angels.
You talking about Sam Winchester and Sam and Dean Winchester? That's my favorite show, girl. You tripping?
No, I am dead serious. Jesus Christ, Jehovah God, and every fucking God and entity that has ever been spoken about or written about.
If y'all ever watch the show Supernatural, hit the like button. All my calf girls, press one. Press one.
Hey, you remember that rap, the X Clan?
Say again.
The X Clan, the rap group called the X Clan.
No.
What? Professor X, the overseer, and Brother J is Sugar Shaft.
I probably heard their songs. I just probably don't know the name.
The party at the fucking crossroads. You're gonna get a Nat Turner lick from the verb stick. Go look that shit up and just okay. His name is Lumumba Carson, the son of Sonny Carson.
What about him?
Well, he's one of my spirit guides, and I have a magic stick here. And if you look at my profile picture, you'll see it. It's a stick, and it's got an upside down letter V on it. It's a sign of divine masculine. But the stick looks like a fucking snake. Also, it looks like a big dick. It's like the Moses stick. And I got this stick from my grandfather-in-law, Woodrow Champ Jackson. He's the man that pulled Emmett Till from the West Tallahatchie River.
You talking about like this?
Put them back together.
Like the guy Festus?
13 hours. Say that again.
I said you talking about you said a stick with a snake around it.
Yeah, no, it's a stick. It looks like a snake. It's the shape of a snake.
Okay.
Natural. It's natural. I got it from my grandfather-in-law. He's the man that he pulled and picked up and put together hundreds of lynching victims down south. He put Emmett Till back together. My grandfather, Woodrow Champ Jackson. You can look him up.
That's good.
Yeah, Emmett Till. And he was in the war too. He retrieved the dead from the field. You know?
I don't think I can do that job. That's You got to be a strong.
No.
Like I'm a boxer. They say you got to be a special individual, a certain individual to be a
Yep.
boxer. But I think you got to be a certain individual to be able to do something like that.
Yeah.
That's something.
My husband told me, he told me stories when he was little, and his granddad, he's like, hey, you want to go with me and go take this body down here, down the highway? He's like, nah, nigga. He's like, okay, we'll just be chilling then. And he was like, what you mean, we? He's like, me and the nigga ride with me. And Rick's like, I was told, he's like, he said he could see dead people sitting in the car with him. When he'd be riding off, he could see the spirits of the people, of the lynching victims and the dead folks and shit that he had to go pick up and shit. Yeah. Yep. Crazy. But yeah, man. Emmett Till, goddammit. I got video. Look, you ever, I don't know, how do you explain this shit? Okay. You ever seen, I don't know, goddamn, I talk to dead folks. Great. I've been bugging motherfuckers for years, okay? And look, on 12/29, December 29th, that's a very special two people's birthday. It's Albert Pike's birthday. You know who Albert Pike is? If you don't, look him up. Then Pimp C, it's his birthday. Yeah. And fucking A. Well, 1996, I wanted to talk to Tupac on the Ouija board. So me and my friends talked to Tupac on the Ouija board. And guess who the fuck came through with Tupac that night? It was motherfucking Eazy-E and Albert Pike. Okay, Albert Pike is a snake. He's a Capricorn snake.
Now, when you getting Ouija boards and all that stuff, I don't play with none of that stuff. And it's crazy. I used to try. I used to try to years ago.
Yeah, to warn folks, it's not a game. It's not a game.
No, it's not.
I've been born. I was born dead, so I've always had contact and with dead folks and shit.
Okay.
My mom, I was born a junkie baby, born addicted to heroin and cocaine and speed, and I was dead when I was born. And I brought with me a few motherfuckers when they shot my heart with a bunch of caffeine and brought me back to life.
Okay.
So, if you people don't understand, you ever see the movie Flatliners?
I did see that.
Constantine, you know, motherfuckers die and come back, weird shit happens. Well, yeah. And if you think you hear shit, look, you motherfuckers that keep jacking your dick and masturbating all the time, just understand there's probably 1,000 people watching you right now. So put on a good show. At all times, there are over 1,000 spirits watching you.
Well, personally,
what you say.
Personally, my belief.
I always feel like
I don't believe in. Personally, I don't believe in ghosts, as in more so as I believe in demonic entities. You know, I'm sure you heard of Alice Cooper, right?
Look. Guess what? I'm going to tell you this right now.
What?
In the realms of dimensions of non-existent time, things that look scary really aren't, and the things that look super friendly are the most dangerous.
No. Look,
I have a question for you. Hey,
but
do you think eating human flesh and drinking blood is good?
look, that's the whole other topic. I'm not.
It's not good, goddammit. Why the fuck are the people in church pretending to eat the Jesus, the body, and the blood and the flesh like cannibals? Drink the blood of it! Drink the blood! Why? Ain't no real fucking God gonna tell you to cut your shit. Serve them up on the steak. Have a barbecue. No, that's not a good God.
And what's your Facebook handle name again?
Delaney Pearl Jones.
Hold
God damn it, stop pretending to drink blood and eat flesh. You guys look like a bunch of fucking zombies. Give me the blood and the flesh. You look like fucking fools up there. Canton Jones, I want to slap the fuck out of you. Shame on you, Canton fucking Jones. Yo bitch ass watched my videos for years and made music and albums and titles of songs after my motherfucking Facebook page and videos after years, and your bitch ass still didn't listen to a goddamn thing I said. Stop all that fucking sacrifice bullshit. That is not a real God that you serve. You serve a fucking vampire demon.
Oracle at the universe?
Pretending to be a loving God. Serve me or I'll kill you. Bull fucking shit.
Is that your channel, Oracle at the Universe? That's
Yep.
okay. All right, I'm
yeah.
You got some wild stuff for me. I wish I can show this stuff.
Forgive me for snapping, but I haven't made a live video in a really long time, and I've been really holding my tongue on the shit that I've been saying. And guess what? Bill Clinton ain't a fucking human. Neither is Hillary. Oh, the Bobbsey twins, Elijah Cummings and John Lewis. I ate their fucking souls, okay?
Okay, Delaney Pearl.
Y'all have a good night.
Yeah. I'm gonna get
Young Pharaoh, may you heal from all the damage that's been done. To his harem of hoes, may y'all heal from what the damage has been done to y'all too. One thing you must understand, a Virgo dog, that is what Young Pharaoh is. He's a dog. He needs his nuts cut to learn to be loyal, okay?
Okay. Okay. All right. You want to end it right there? Okay. Well, I guess she hung up. That conversation went left, then went right, then went up and around the corner. But I mean, it was all good. I like all conversations, even if it goes off the rail. I go off the rail all the time too. You know, some people will be just more passionate than others. And Miss Delaney Jones, she clearly sound passionate about what she talk about. And as long as she ain't doing no harm to nobody else and no harm to herself, that's okay. But good talking to you, Miss Jones. And I do got your Facebook handle right now. I just followed you, so you know, check you out and see what else you're talking about, because a lot of the stuff, although I'm not as eccentric as you are, but a lot of the stuff that you were referring to, like I said before, I touch up on a lot of that stuff too. It's just that, you know, you already know, you already said that you got your YouTube and all that stuff deleted. I was on the verge of getting mine deleted before I even got monetized, so I had to, you know, learn, adjust, and evolve. You know, so my suggestion to you is, you know, do the same thing. You can be passionate about what you're passionate about. I don't think nobody should actually stop, especially like I said, if it's no harm, then I don't think nobody should be stop what they do. But and although I think it's nutty that we gotta, you know, tread lightly and kind of sugarcoat our stuff on these things, but you know, at the end of the day, it's not ours. These might be our platforms as far as the channels and all that stuff, but it's not our, you know, it's not our platform. If you get my drift, so you kind of just gotta play by the rules. Sometimes you gotta tread lightly. It's no other real way I can say it. I can't really sugarcoat it no other way. You just gotta, and you, like you said, you're 44, so you're older than me. You know, you know what it is. If you know about the government and you know about what it is, you say you know about Young Pharaoh, you're a supporter of Trump and all that stuff, then what's understood don't got to be explained, basically. So I'm gonna end it that way. But what else though? Let me get to some of these chats and read some of them. USA, United States, America has been spiritually sound for B1. Status quo is focusing on racism. J.R. Mito said USA, United States, America has been spiritually sound. And Dwayne Solomon says status quo is focusing on racism. Both parties, well, uh, I think both parties, it's like I'm assuming you're talking about political parties, Democrat and Republicans. You know what's so funny? All right, we talking about it. We already touched on it. Miss Jones done already said so. Fuck it. Let's go on it. Um, a lot of us black people, like I don't know everybody watching. I can't see who you are, so I don't know your nationality or whatever. But I'm assuming you're black. If not, then I'm gonna tell you a little story about us black people in the urban community here in America. Uh, a lot of us black people, especially in my time, in my generation growing up, I was born in 1984. I'm 37 years old. So I just knew growing up when it came to politics, like we not, especially as a kid, you're not all into politics. But every time a race came around, like your grandmoms, your aunts, and certain uncles, family members, they go through the polls, they work the polls and stuff because they're getting paid, make a little extra money and stuff. I've noticed that we just grew up on being Democrats. It's just Democrat. And what was always drilled into my head was Democrats are for blacks. Uh, what's the other one? Republicans is for whites. They for rich white people. They hate blacks. That's all I knew growing up. Was Democrats was for black. They support us. Republicans uh hate black people, and that's drilled into me. And although I never voted until the first term of Barack Obama, like a lot of us black people, at the time I was like 24 or something like that. I was, so a lot of us black people, young black people at the time, that we were like first time voters, and we see a black man running for office, of course we gonna run for him. I mean, we're gonna vote for him, we're gonna pick him and stuff. So I was no different. That was my first time voting. And I did it for him, and it was Democrat. When he got in office, I didn't really see any change as far as like helping us as a whole. The only change that I seen was him helping the LGBTQ community. And this is not a knock on them. This is not a diss. This is just the reality of it. This is what it is. And maybe the Obamacare, as far as like because I hear people say that too. Well, what about the Obamacare? Okay, he do that in there too. That's so for 8 years he did the Obamacare. His legacy for 8 years that I seen was Obamacare, this and helping the LGBT community up there. So even if you want to put the Obamacare up there, it's still nowhere near for what he did for that community, because through his blessings and through his changing the laws and stuff, now you got what you got today, whereas though the little Nas X's and all this old extra stuff that I really don't want to get into, but I think y'all know what I'm talking about. And like I said, this is not a knock, this is not a diss. This is just my point of view on what I've seen from Barack Obama. And not just me alone. I've talked to a lot of people and they said the same thing. I talked to a lot of people who thought opposite too. You know, I'm gonna be real with y'all. You know, everybody didn't think like me. A lot of people thought that Obama did great in a lot of stuff for the community. But I talked to a lot of people who thought the same thing the way that I thought. So it's 50-50, whatever, 60-40, whatever you want to call it. Um, you know, because I was born 84 and because I was so young around that time in the early 80s, like 85, 86 and all that stuff, I don't remember like, you know, the Ronald Reagans and all that stuff. Like uh I barely remember the George Bush number one. You know, I remember him being in office, but I barely remember it. You know, uh the first president I ever actually like really knew about and was hearing people talk about when I came of age to like really like be like coherent of my memories and just keep remembering stuff was Bill Clinton. And you know, of course after that was Bush, and then Barack, and then you know Trump, and now Sleepy. So um I don't, to me, and like I said, I gotta be real with y'all, and I don't care if I get criticism and sticks and all that stuff. This is just from my point of view, looking from what I've seen. But to me, out of all of those presidents from in my lifetime that I can comprehend, that I can remember, out of all of them, the only one who did something the most for us as black people, as melanated people, was the last one. You know, was you know, Donald J. That's not to say that he's a bad good person. That's not to say that he's not a racist or whatever, because in some, like, I think they all racist, like, and I think both parties are the same. To touch back on the comment, you know, like, I look at Dems and Republicans as two sides of the same coin. You know, kind of like what Ice Cube said last year when he was on that show with those ignorant ass females on Fox Soul with the Queens, when he was talking to Vivica Fox and all of them and Lisa Ray, and they was like cutting him off and all that, trying to cancel him because they swore up and down that he was a Trump supporter, when he just was saying like, no, I got a proposal and I'm talking to both parties because he's in office right now, and the other guy could possibly be in office, which he is now. But at the time when he was doing all that stuff, Donald J was still president, and he could still be president when possibly he still be reelected. So why not talk to both of them if he's going to be reelected? That's what he said. And basically, I'm bringing all that up to say that when he told those ladies, he was saying that I don't trust neither one of them. You know, I don't care for either nor parties, because us as melanated people here in America, our circumstances never been been changed. It's never different, regardless of who's in president. I mean, who's in office. Even with our good old boy Barack, our circumstance, like, Barack was in office, but then George Floyd got killed last year. You know, Barack was in office, but then Breonna Taylor. You know, then uh shoot Oscar Grant at the airport. You know, the kid who got, I forget his name, but the kid who got shot this year when she thought that she accidentally drew her taser out. Like the army guy, the army personnel who was stopped at the gas station being, harassed and by a racist white person. So our circumstances is regardless of who's in office, and that's why I don't get what people, because people be like, well, like people fighting hard in the neck, like people like I said, I really don't care for none of them. And like, if I'm gonna be frank with y'all, if I'm gonna be transparent, like I said, the only time I really voted was Barack, and that was a Democrat. The way I view myself now, if I was to view a political party, and if I was to say I'm affiliated with any political party, it would either be independent or it would be Republican. It would be, I would be more so, because think about it, and a lot of us really don't think about this stuff, because like I said, we only we only say and do what we learn, because it's learned behavior, because we just seen our parents, our elders do it, so naturally it fall upon us. But have people actually listened to the parties, as far as like the goals of the parties? Have people actually listened to the views of liberals and conservatives? Like, if you actually, if people actually sat down, and I'm talking about black people, this conversation can be for everybody, but like I always say, I like to hit closer to home first, so it can start with us and then it can branch out. But if people actually listen to the parties and see what's going on, and see how it originated from where it originally started from, then you would know that basically all of us as Americans, even though we wasn't, even though we was born here as slaves, but let's just go on that 1776 notion that we are free, equal, and all that stuff. So if that's the case, then all of us as Americans should have conservative views, should have views on, making an opportunity for him and her self, to be able to make the American dream. That's why a lot of these immigrants from other countries and all that stuff come over here, because this is the land of opportunity. This is the land, like the easiest land that you can do all this stuff. And like I said, if you just go back and pay attention to the original plans of these parties, because those plans and parties were conservative views, and they're not teaching you all that stuff no more. This stuff that you got to do your due diligence on. This stuff that I just recently learned, like the past couple of years and stuff. So my views might be conservative, but my affiliation, I ain't fucking with none of them niggas. For real. Cause they not for us, yo. They not. Um and like I said, we can always agree to disagree. When people tell me that they uh like a particular person, like for example, all right, let me stop beating around the bush and just say it. So when people tell me, because I don't mess with Sleepy, dude who in the office right now, I don't mess with him. But when people tell me they mess with Sleepy and they be like saying all this and all that, I don't turn my nose up at them. I don't say or look at them like they weird, or be like, well, I don't mess with you and all that stuff. I said, all right, cool, shoot, do your thing. It's like, look at it this way. Look at it this way. I see several people watching. I see several people in the comment sections. Do you think that all of y'all are the same nationality, y'all might be different, right? You know what I'm saying? Does that mean that one of y'all better than each other? That mean that one of y'all might be black, one of y'all might be white, one of y'all might be Hispanic, one of y'all might be Arabic, one of y'all might be Asian. Does that mean that y'all gotta hate each other now because y'all different? Or y'all might got different cultural views? Uh like I look at all these things the same because it's basically all the same when you look at it. Like when you look at things like that, when you look at life that way, it makes things a lot easier, and it makes it a little less harder for me anyway to be prejudiced, to be racist, because like you viewing all everybody the same. So if you prejudice towards one group, you basically prejudice towards yourself. That's just how I look at it. And hate towards someone because they have a different view, a different opinion of you, is prejudice. Like, it's not racism, it's prejudice. People get the two terms mixed up. But and like for example, prime example, the nice lady I just had the pleasure of talking to recently, a lot of the stuff that she was saying, I totally disagree with, 100%. Then there was some stuff she did say that I did agree with her 100%. I let the lady speak. I wasn't rude. I wasn't ignorant. I didn't say, "Oh, you saying some crazy tripping stuff. I don't think that you should be on here." And I didn't bang on her and all that stuff because I know a lot of people would do stuff like that. That's not me. I like to give people a voice, even if I do think that it might be off the rail. If I personally might think that it's crazy and all that stuff, I'm gonna give you the respect and speak and let you get your pain and stuff across. Kind of the same situation. To get it more personal. I'm I'm about to have a conversation. Well, let me phrase that. I plan on having a conversation with someone that I really don't get along with. Uh, and this person that I don't get along with, I think the conversation is needed. And I told this particular person that when we have this conversation, I'm going to let you speak. I'm not going to say a word. I'm not going to have no rebuttal and everything. I'm going to give you the respect and let you pour all your heart out and say whatever you want to say to me, even if it grinds my soul, even if it hurts, even if I feel as though you're lying or whatever. I'm gonna let you talk because I'm gonna want to talk too, and I'm gonna want that same respect, and I'm gonna get everything off my chest, and I'm sure what I'm gonna say to you is gonna irk you and all that stuff, and I don't want no rebuttals and everything because when rebuttals and everything comes, like that's where the argument or that's where it becomes argument, the conversation get lost because then the train of thought gets lost because now you just consumed with anguish because first of all you didn't get what you were trying to say off your chest, and then they just you know try to come back at you and all that, and it's just like it's a recipe for chaos. So I told this particular person that we're going to speak, we're going to have a conversation, it's going to be respectful, regardless of how we may feel. We're going to listen to each other. And then at the end of it, we're going to come to some type of middle ground and try to work this shit through or don't work it through and go about or whatever, but go about respectfully. And that whole little piece I just gave y'all was just basically just saying like Like that's all of us. That we all should be that way. And like I think it would make life easy and all that stuff. And it is so funny because I know some of y'all probably be thinking like, you see some of the content I put up, and you be like, well, different. But I tell y'all all the time. I may have not said it in this video, but I say it all the time. I'm not exempt. I put myself in the category the same as y'all because I ain't no different. Like, ain't none of us no different. We all might just have different circumstances, different situations, but we all the same. Rich man, poor man, hot girl, ugly girl, whatever. We all the same. So we just gotta start trying to make ourselves better. And I don't think it's necessarily about trying to be a saint. I think people get it confused. People like, well, I'm not religious, or I'm not a saint, or what you trying to be perfect? Ain't none of us perfect. Only one person was perfect, and he ain't come back yet. But uh the goal, I don't think the overall goal for all of us, I don't think it's to be perfect. I don't think it's for us to try to be saints, to try to be, because if we try to do that, then we all going to fail. We all going to fail because we ain't none of us ever going to measure up. I just think that the key to life is trying to be better than you was yesterday.
Call from Kaylin. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, what's going on? Okay, Kiana. Did the call drop? If the call drop, call back. If not, bid you a good night. But back to what I was saying. Um, I don't think the goal for us to try to is to try to be perfect. I think is for us to try to be at least better than we was yesterday. That's something that I'm realizing. And I think me talking about my dad is becoming a reoccurring thing because all these conversations is just always bring up my father to me, because he always used to draw all this stuff in my head. And I tell y'all, I never listened. Like, or I thought I never listened. Apparently I was listening. But back in the day, I wasn't trying to hear that shit. Like a lot of us. Like we wasn't trying to hear it. And it's so funny because I be thinking about that now with my daughters, because now I got a 13-year-old and she's becoming like real rebellious. Like my daughters, they're sweet, they're innocent, but like kids always gonna go through their stages. And my 13-year-old, she's going through her stages or whatever. And and sometimes I be thinking, like, damn, like why can't kids just get it without having to for you to stress it, knock it in their head, discipline them, maybe get on punch. Like, why can't, like, was there ever in time where a kid just got it? Like, you didn't have to just do all, like they didn't go through the terrible twos, they didn't go through the rebellious teens and all that, because they just listened and learned. Like, because it's like we always get it when we get older. and we be like all of like just one day we just have an epiphany, and it's like, oh, that's what our parents was telling us. And a lot of times we don't really realize it until we have kids and stuff, and we see it, and then it hit us, and we be like, oh, all right. And then like we start having that much more respect for our parents and every our loved ones before us, because now we see firsthand personally what they was going through. And now I'm at that point. It's like, damn. One, I see it, and then it's two is like, why can't they just get it? And it be having in three, it be having me thinking too. Like, I wonder if my parents was thinking the same thing about us. Like, damn, why can't y'all just get it without me having to whoop? Like, especially my dad. Like, why can't you just get it without me having to beat your ass? So, I don't know. It's just it's crazy, but way off topic. Way off topic as usual. But let me know. Is there any other person want to call in and talk about the original conversation about Young Pharaoh? Or shoot, I mean, you can freestyle it up. I'm versatile. You can call in and talk about what you need to talk about. Get it off your chest. I'm gonna read some of these chats. Chris Brunson says our government might be checkmated by China. Remember when Trump said like that? He was like China. But no, I ain't gonna argue with you, Chris. If you was listening to the conversation I had with Miss Jones, then I'm in full agreement with about probably like a good 80-85% of that stuff, And as far as that topic, that's part of the percentage. I agree that we are in, but I also agree that, or I also believe rather, that we're under the influence of the British rule.
Call from
Mark.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on? What you got for me?
Oh, well, I figured, I don't know, I caught the live, I saw you talking about the parent thing, and I feel like you were speaking some real stuff when you was talking about that. But I wanted to know, like, did you ever speak on, like, the Young Pharaoh situation? Because I've seen that in the title, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just saying that I'm always like going off topic and stuff. I need to start taking notes to stay on course. But yeah, I was basically talking about that. I kind of wanted y'all to call in and talk about Young Pharaoh. I'm always talking about Young Pharaoh, making videos about him. This show is kind of basically for y'all to call in and give y'all views on it. Like, so then I got you here. Let me ask you: do you think that like he going crazy, or do you think that this is cap? This is part of the game.
Oh, well, I think it's a mixture of both, really. I think he is schizophrenic, and I talked to somebody that said she was schizophrenic, and she said, first thing she said is, yeah, I used to think the government was chasing me. You look at him, you look at Hassan Campbell, it's some of the same patterns. They always think the government chasing them. They always feel like they're about to die. Somebody's going to set them up.
Right.
I think that's just the paranoia that comes with schizophrenia. And I watched Golden Beauty, and she said his parents had it, so he was 50% likely to have it himself.
couple that with the fact that marijuana can be a trigger to schizophrenia, and then you just got a whole lot of mess.
No, you said it right at the money because like I was talking about this before. My little brother, like he's showing all the symptoms of my brother. My brother, he just got put away earlier this year, and me and my mom, we had to 302 him like 3 times last year because he just was like going through like the same type of stuff. He was thinking that everybody was out to get him. People were stealing his money. He think that what did he say? He said that he got stock in Nike. He got stock in Nabisco. You know, he owned like a Fortune 500 company, like a bunch of crazy talk.
Yeah.
But in the same token, you calling me and asking me for money. So it's like you know, and he started getting violent towards the neighbors, and that's where the point where he had to where he got sent away because like at first it was just him just thinking that everybody out to get him and all that stuff, and then he started making threats to the my mom and everything, and then he started making threats to the neighbors, and it was a big mess. I can go all night, but
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And he ended up getting put away, but yeah, maybe I'm sorry that y'all had to go through that, but like maybe it's still like mental health. Like I just think some of these avenues need to be like a little bit easier. Like even me myself, like I feel like I need a therapist, but then it just feel like with me, I don't know. Maybe it's an excuse, but they feel like they be having me jump through hoops to talk to somebody. So it's like I don't know. Like I just wish it was just more open resources and less stigma around like the whole getting help type of thing. And,
yes.
stuff like that.
It's like you know what's so crazy, like that you mentioned that because I say that too. It's like, all right, go back to my little brother. Him and one of my best friends I grew up with. I ain't gonna say his name, but like he got like an alcohol problem, whatever. He's an alcoholic, and he's like in and out of the hospital, rehab, and all that stuff. And like my little brother, he got like little problems, and he in and out, like he in and out of jail too, like little petty stuff, like selling weed and all that stuff. But afterwards, while they're in jail or when they come home, they got access to so much stuff. Like they get like rental assistance, they get like housing, they get job placements and all that stuff. And it's like I'm doing okay now, but at one point I was struggling real bad. And I'm looking at them. I'm like, damn, like y'all ain't even doing nothing. Like y'all ain't out here like me. I'm out here like I got kids. I'm trying to do stuff, like trying to be constructive and be proactive, and like y'all giving me like stick in the mud, but here y'all are like drinking, getting alcohol poisoning, getting locked up and everything, and you get a free crib and all this shit. Like, damn, should I go commit a crime? Should I become an addict or something? Because it seems like when we delinquent and we get in the system rather, then we get access to stuff. But when we try and do it ourselves, it's just hard. But that's just my point. Like that's my view rather.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I actually never really thought of it like that. I kind of thought about it in other situations, but I never really thought about it like that, where it really should kind of be reversed or whatever. But I wanted to say one more thing about the Young Pharaoh thing, though. Not to just switch the topic, but it was just on my mind. Basically, I think a little bit of it is the whole egotistical, fake scammer nonsense, like the cats. You know what I'm saying? That they all do. So they all do the same hotep hustle where, they pretend to be intelligent, but they're really just pulling stuff out of their behind. That's what I think. It's all random made up stuff, and then they start talking about God and stuff, and everybody got their own notion. God is this person. God is this woman. God is me. I'm God. everything. And then I made a joke about it on my page and stuff. I was like, but all these guys and stuff, they always end up wanting some type of weird sex. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they building up and they getting like a cult following. And then in the cult, they always start doing some, you know, he wants the threesomes, they, you know, polite and all them guys. Like, it's just, I don't know, man.
No, I see it too. Well, me growing up, personally, the people that I knew anyway, like, and I'm sure it's not everybody, but in my general people that I knew growing up, I knew a lot of dudes who only wanted to become Muslim or become like an Israelite 5% or whatever is because of you get the polygamy, and but they was never really serious about the culture itself or, you know, the teachings and everything. It was a little bit of that, but just trying to like, oh yeah, I got another wife, or like every 6 months or something, I got a new wife or something like that, and then it always goes down a drain years later. And as a kid, I didn't really understand that, but now that I'm grown and I see all these other people, and I know someone personally who was trying to get into it and trying to have a following. It didn't work out for him, but back when we was in high school, this nigga used to always talk about, you know, fucking all these other different chicks, and when he get older, he gonna get marry all these different chicks. And then when we turn our late 20s, now you want to be a teacher and try to have all these different wives and shit. So I'm basically saying all to say that I be peeping game with a lot of people. Like, a lot of these dudes don't be sincere with it. And to touch on what your the first part you said is when you basically saying like a lot of these dudes be fake. I seen that too, and it was something that personally, if I'm being real, it's something that I had to learn too, because like when I first got on YouTube, like if you go to like my first few videos, like if you just go to my videos and type in the oldest videos, you'll see like my first few videos, like the type of content that I was putting up here, and I was basically kind of going that same route. And one, I had to kind of change it because of censorship and demon and not demon. I opened your minds at the time, but in fear of getting you know, my channel deleted, because I had 2 community strikes, and I think I heard you say you got a channel, so you know if you get 3 of them, you out of here. So so I had to go that route too, but more so importantly, I'm like, if I'm not gonna, like, I like the teachings, and I like to, you know, learn, and I like to like give advice and all that stuff, but if this not gonna be like my lifestyle 24/7, this not gonna be something that I'm doing 100%, then I'm not gonna be on here and frauding and try to like put cap like just to gain a following, because sooner or later, like, cause I'm not really about now. I think about the long term, and I knew once I came on here, I knew that my channel was gonna grow. Like, I hate to sound cocky, but I knew, and I knew sooner or later, like, you're gonna have to show. So I'm like, let me just be real. They either gonna like me or they don't. And that's just what it is. But
yeah, that's a good way of going about it. But yeah, it was a great conversation, but I don't want to take up too much of your airtime. You probably want to get other callers in and stuff like that.
I appreciate you, man. What's your shout out your channel?
Oh, well, my channel is just Mark Soto, but I'm not really trying to grow it. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not trying to grow it, but yeah, I'm just random. Like, I just go live whenever I feel like it, so I don't really have like a real niche yet.
Okay. I can dig it.
Yeah. But I mean, if people want to subscribe, they can. But you know, I'm not really consistent. Never mind. I don't want to just keep talking down about myself. But, hey,
no, you gotta big up your channel, bro. If you got something like what I tell people all the time is just you. I'm sure you know already, but just make something and just post it and just keep posting every day, every other day. Just be consistency, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like basically don't try to be like a perfectionist. Just put something out. Even if you could give them 65, 70%, like that's good advice to like a YouTube person because I used to always and still do a little bit worry about my quality and stuff. Like I want my camera to be better.
Right.
I want this. I want that. But it's never going to be perfect anyway. You just got to go with what you got and just keep doing it and people going to mess with it.
Right.
So, yeah, I know that, but I just wanted to put like a little bit less pressure on myself because I got other things. I can't take you too seriously right now. But if I start dropping content, yeah, I'll go hard with it.
Right. Okay. I appreciate you,
yeah,
man.
But, all right, but yeah, man, it was good talking to you.
All right, nice talking to you too, man.
I'm be in the chat.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, that was a nice chat. Nice talk. So do anyone else got got any opinions or any thing they want to talk about? Want to add to the conversation as far as Young Pharaoh? You know, do y'all think that he crazy? Do y'all think it's cat? You know, is he are you looking at him as a genius or are you looking at him as a madman? I think it's like Mark said, I think it's a little bit of both. You know, yeah, I think it's both. Like he admitted that he's doing a lot of stuff for entertainment. So like he said it out of his own mouth. So you got to take that in consideration. As far as Young Pharaoh, he just admitted that. I posted the video earlier today. But all that extra stuff, all that other stuff he's doing and everything, like that's not acting. That's not just entertainment. That's him. You know, and I read a comment earlier on one of my videos. I don't even know the name of the video. I just be reading the comments sometimes from the creator side because they show all the comments and the videos like the titles be on the side, so they just lump them all together. So you don't even sometimes if you're not paying attention to the title of the video, you don't even know which comment from which video. But I seen one person saying that basically saying that what I just said and Mark was saying that it's a little bit of both. You know, they think that he clout chasing, but you know, it's some serious stuff going on with him, and his flunkies that he got living with him right now is basically antagonizing them and not helping the situation. And when that person said that, I don't know if I think I liked it and hearted. If I didn't, and if you watched it, and you know it was you who wrote it, so I'm paying attention, and I totally agree with you because I'm looking at these guys, and if y'all peep the dude Qua, you know, in the video I made about them, I spelled his name wrong. You know, it's not Q-U-A like how you would spell Qua. Is K-W-A, and his Instagram handler is School Bezo _ Qua, and I'm watching it, just checking him out, going through the little videos. He don't really got much content on there, but he got a little bit of stuff. And I'm just watching him like from months ago, way before he was even with Pharaoh, and now he got two little clips he just did recently with Pharaoh, and basically it just looked like from then up until now, all Pharaoh is for him is a come up. You know, he already had and like I told y'all before about him, like the difference between, and this is like I said, this is all outside person looking in. I can be totally wrong. You know, this don't take none of this for face value. I'm just a dude on YouTube. But I told y'all before that the guy Lou, the young, because he looked like a big young boy. The young boy Lou, he you know, he just like looked clueless and dumb with it, and just like what's the words I'm looking for? Like he looked like he really don't mess with Pharaoh too, but he don't got like no acting with it. He don't got nothing to add to it. He's just there. But if y'all remember me saying all the time, the dude Quad is different because he's the type of sneaky. He's the more sneaky dude. If you remember that movie, Get Rich Die Trying with 50 Cent, he was the dude that shot 50 Cent 9 times. If y'all remember, he was hanging with 50. He was chilling with them, going to the shows. He knew everything and all that stuff. And then when he got 50 by himself late at night, he shot him in front of his grandma's crib. Kawhi remind me of that type because he do like the little extra nuances. Like he seemed like a person who really don't care about Pharaoh, but he playing his part to the limit. He know, like he see Pharaoh as the bag and he chasing the dream, like kind of like how Cameron was on Paid in Full. You know, they looking at Mitch and looking at and Ace or Rich Porter, AZ, whatever. You know, like the bag. And when Cameron got Mitch alone, when he came inside the joint with them 14 keys, he's like, oh, he seen his opportunity, shot him in the back. I see that with the boy Qua. And like I said, I could be wrong, but he got a brand. What's the name of the brand? Let me look it up because I don't want to be wrong. He got a brand. Bear with me 1 second. Sound like life is success. What is it? Something our success. It's not buffering. It's buffering, so it's not coming in clear. I forget. But the point is, do y'all know his slogan? The dude Qua. What's his slogan? Like, but he got a slogan that he been running with, and it's a good slogan. You know, I give credit to where credit is due. I do that all the time, even if I think you not nothing or you think you Grammy whatever. I still give people their credit. It's a good slogan, but he's using Young Pharaoh to further his dreams. Now we all do that in some shape or fashion. So this ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing that some of us probably wouldn't do. But I think the bad part about it is that we all seeing it in real time though. Like we watching. And if you like me, if you newsy, and if you pay attention to the details, and if you just somebody who just peep game, like I'm from Philly, you know what I mean? I'm from North Philly, born and raised, Blumberg Projects. Like I peep game, and you know I say it all the time. Game recognize game, real recognize real, and you know I peep that. You know he using this as a come up, and the moment he don't need Pharaoh anymore, then he gonna be out. Just like everybody, and it seems like everybody else in Pharaoh's life recently has been like that. The moment they feel as though they don't need him, because they might still need him, but the moment they feel as though they don't need him anymore, then they out the door. And he the dude School Bezo Qua underscore Qua, I see him being the same type of way, but like I said, I'm just a dude on YouTube. I can be totally 100% wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong though. But I could be. Read some of these. Yeah, Tito said YP should see that he from the streets. I don't understand. Right. I said the same thing too, but like people, like what if like I don't understand too, but I do understand. I understand in the sense that when you start trying to analyze people and start like Young Pharaoh is not in his right state of mind right now. You know, we all just we if you're here, then you're probably part of the people who believe that he might got some mental issues. So if that's the case, then like I was just saying about my little brother, same thing. You're not going to see stuff. People going to use you, and you're not going to see things clearly. And shoot, we're not in their shoes. We're not in their head. So who knows? Maybe they do see it, and then some part of them just don't care because they want to believe that that you're for and all that stuff. Like mental health and all that stuff is real. Depression is real, and like I keep saying a lot lately, the older I get, and it's not even just my age as far as age, but the older I get as far as the mature I get rather in my thought process and my wisdom and my empathy, uh I start to like sympathize more and more with people. Whereas though when I was younger, I used to be so innocent. I can't even just say younger. Up until recently, and like I mean, like weeks ago, even months ago, probably. I said one time, I said to myself, like, "Damn, yo, I'm getting real cold hearted. I'm getting real heartless," because it just felt. Sometimes I feel like I can be real dismissive. I can be real like uh cold hearted. I can be too I can be no, I know I can be too blunt and I can be too direct. And as far as me being too blunt and me being too direct, those two actually two attributes that I really don't care about. Because a lot of and the reason why I say that is not to be stubborn, not to to be a dick, but I think we live so much of sugarcoatness that this is why we got the world we got today that that's falling in crap because too many people believe things that they that people sugarcoated in them. If they was being real honest with them, maybe the people will make some type of change, make some difference. So, and like I keep saying, these are things that I picked up on from my dad because my dad was just so direct and stern with me, and I used to I used to hate him for it as a kid. But God rest his soul. Now that I'm an older adult and I got kids myself, I understand what he was doing, and like we're not. And then it's so funny. I had a conversation with my mom not too long ago, and she just revealed some stuff to me that she never told me before a day of my life, and like conversations she had with my dad, and uh what he was saying to her about me and stuff, and how how to let me be a man and don't baby him and all that stuff, and you know men stuff from back in the day, not men now, because we got a lot of fathers now who are more so mothers. You got a lot of mothers today who more fathers than the mothers, and that's sad. You got more women that's more masculine than the men. You got more men that's more feminine than a woman. Like the balance is all out of whack, and we need to get back to that. And we need therapy, like the conversation I just was having with Mark and Miss Jones. Therapy is important. Maybe if Young Pharaoh, to go back with him, maybe if he got therapy for those things that happened to him, even now for the recent stuff, maybe if he seeks therapy, then he'll be okay. Maybe if him and Golden Beauty, even his first baby mama, Camille. Maybe if they all went to therapy either together, one by one, he go this day with her, they go that day, whatever, however they mix it up, schedule it, whatever. Maybe if they had therapy, then you know, it wouldn't be this much drama and beef for them and all that stuff. Now, the downside of that is it'll be less content for me to post, but who cares about that when people getting their lives together? Like I can easily make videos about other stuff. Way before I started this whole Young Pharaoh craze or whatever. So um and the reason why I said that, the reason why I touched on that is because people, a lot of people on YouTube I've noticed are fake. They say one thing but really want to do something else. For example, a lot of these people on here talk about, oh, they want to help the kids, or they want to do this, or they want to do that, they want to donate, they want to do that. uh I see a lot of other content creators making videos about Young Pharaoh now. I think me and another content creator on here on YouTube, who got less subscribers than me, but I've noticed his channel is growing because he have been posting videos on of Young Pharaoh. What's the channel name? T2D TV. Shout out to you. Um, a lot of people been posting videos on Young Pharaoh lately. I've seen, and I think me and T2D TV was the only two, doing it as far as like posting all his videos consecutively. But now you got a lot of other people doing it too. Uh, I mean, which is cool. It is good, whatever. Don't knock nobody. I don't knock nobody hustle. But I'm basically just touching on that is because I can always touch on other stuff too. Like I was one of the first people posting all these videos. I can always like go to another niche, rather. But just my final thoughts, because I don't think nobody else gonna call in. If anybody else call in, you can before I end the call. But I mean, before I end the strings, I'm gonna end it soon. But my final thoughts on all this with Pharaoh is, yes, I think that some of this is for entertainment. Some of it is clout chasing. Like he's not teaching no more, so he got to do something to make money. And like I always say, controversy, drama, sex, religion, it sells. And he got the drama and controversy part down to the T. So that's going to sell. And I've noticed all his pages are all getting flagged, but he can just keep making different pages. He can constantly keep making different emails and just making different YouTubes and Instagrams. And like I say on this platform all the time, it don't matter. Like y'all see it now with Tommy Sotomayor. How many pages now Tommy Sotomayor got flagged now, deleted? His new channel he just started like a week ago. Look how many subscribers he got already. And he just made that channel like a week ago. Like or maybe 2 weeks rather. But like he got like the same amount of subscribers that I got or whatever. And it's like because he a huge person, he a huge follower. Like so people, what I mean, people wanna if you already got a name, basically, whatever you make, people gonna follow you. So if you're a celebrity, that's what I was saying about before. I was making videos about celebrities being on YouTube because it makes it harder, especially with smaller YouTube channels like myself, because I am relatively a small YouTube channel. Like it's hard to compete with them because they're already a star, they're already a celebrity. So once they start like a Instagram or TikTok or something like that, then you're gonna have hundreds of thousands, millions of people following or whatever. But I mean, it's 8 billion of us on this planet, so it's it's enough for all of us, basically. That's my whole point. But uh, I'm gonna do another live stream tomorrow. I want to talk more so on the like who do y'all basically uh agree with as far as like Golden Beauty and Young Pharaoh, and do y'all think that Golden Beauty is lying in some aspects? Because someone sent me a message earlier and was saying that yes, Young Pharaoh look like he's going crazy and all that stuff, but maybe Golden Beauty is using some of this to gain followers, to gain sympathy, because a lot of people are already hating on him right now, and a lot of people are already saying negative things towards him. A lot of people are already siding with her, and she know this. So they can use this to their angle to kind of discredit him and all that stuff. And I thought about it. I'm like, damn, that is some interesting stuff. So that's kind of something I want to talk about too. And Young Pharaoh himself, he already stated that she's lying and she's doing this, and I've made the videos about it too. So I'm like, you know what? That's an interesting topic we can talk about. Uh, I want to do it separately in a video all on its own, so we can do that. And like I said, I'm going to start doing more live streams. This live stream stuff is relatively new to me. I got to start making notes so I don't keep going off rail. But I like the live streams. I'm digging the fact that y'all participating, and I love the fact that now that I have callers. So we're gonna do that more. I got my StreamYard. I think I gotta upgrade my StreamYard to have people on the panel to do that. If that's the case, then I'm just gonna upgrade the StreamYard. I think I gotta pay for that or something. But I want like a panel, so that's something I'm definitely going to invest in. I told you I was going to do the call in, and a day later I did it. So I'm going to do the panel too. It may not be a day later, but I'm definitely going to do it before next week. So that's just my time for the night. I'm a little tired. It's like 1:30 in the morning. I don't think I'm getting no more calls, but it was a good show. I appreciate the interaction. I see a few of y'all in there. I see the call, so it's good. So we going to do this again tomorrow. I'll post sometime early in the morning, probably not the morning, but early in the day, the time and everything, the schedule, so y'all can set y'all schedule. But in order to do that, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification icon, so y'all will be notified. So when I go live, so if you watching this and you just happen to come by, hit that subscribe and hit the bell notification icon and hit the like too. I mean, that way we can get through the algorithm. But hope y'all enjoyed the show. Hope y'all have a good night. Be blessed. Be safe. Do what y'all do. Be good. And I will talk to y'all later. Until next time. Peace.